Morena, tēnā koutou nau mai haere mai. Thank you for coming today. My name is Tracy Thompson, Inspector Tracy Thompson. I'm the Acting Wellington District Commander. Just before 3 p.m. yesterday, police were called to a family harm incident in Kingsbridge Place, Newlands. On arrival, police staff were confronted with a situation in which a man was threatening victims inside the house. This included a woman and young child. While the young child was able to leave the house, the man attempted to barricade himself inside the address with the woman. Voice appeals were made to the man without success. Our staff outside the property were able to see the man had a knife to the woman's throat. Police fired multiple shots at the man from outside the property, critically wounding him. And despite our staff providing immediate first aid, he sadly died at the scene. The woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was treated by ambulance staff. At this time, we will not be releasing the name or other details publicly of the man, as we are making every effort to ensure his whānau are advised first. I do want to extend my condolences to his loved ones. This is not an outcome anyone involved yesterday wanted. We understand that fatal police incidents are frightening events and that the local community will be shaken, especially those who live in Kingsbridge Place. I want to reassure you all that this was an isolated incident and that discharging a firearm is not a decision any officer takes lightly. In this case, officers were gravely concerned for the safety of another person in the house. We are still in the very early stages of the investigation and we will continue to have a presence in Newlands in the coming days. I'm now happy to take questions.
Are there any gang connections here for you to remain that cordon in place and to keep that presence in Newlands?
We are aware that the man involved has got gang connections, but I won't go into any further into that.
Have police ever shot someone dead like this in a situation where there's a knife rather than a gun? He's obviously posing a threat, but there's a knife rather than a gun. Have police ever shot anyone dead in this situation where it's not a gun being pointed at them? I
just want to reiterate that police who attended the scene were confronted with a situation that they were gravely concerned for the person inside the house. And that's the situation that they had to make that decision.
How did you spend looking?
Sorry?
Officers fired shots with just one officer or several officers?
I'm not prepared to go into that at this stage. It's still the early stages of our investigation. We've got a number of investigations underway. So at this stage, I won't be going into that detail.
How many shots were fired that day?
Again, I won't be able to go into that. We're still in the early stages of our investigation.
How does the difference between when police arrived negotiating with the man to when the shots were fired?
Can you please repeat
How
that?
long was it between when police arrived at the scene to when the shots were fired?
Again, I haven't got the exact times for you. I could likely find that out for you afterwards.
Is this a standard response for a hostage type situation, or is it a bit of an overreaction?
It was a situation that our police responded to. They were gravely concerned for the occupants of that house, for the women inside the house.
Was there an earlier incident at the house where police were called to that day?
I'd have to check that out for you, but we can follow that up for you.
Are you not aware currently of any earlier incident?
I'll have to check that out with you. I wouldn't like to
How did
suggest.
police know that there was no
Police
danger of
see
the woman
the
inside?
person,
I
what
beg
was the
pardon?
visual that you had on the person and the woman?
Yeah. Again, I don't want to go into the details. We still have a lot of people that we need to speak to. The investigation is very fresh.
So like windows, door, open door?
Again, I think we just need to pause that until we get information
The
coming
gang
through.
members at the scene were heard yelling at police last night. I saw them, confronting police about it and accusing them of shooting at kids. Is that the situation?
I can confirm that associates of the man concerned did attend the scene. Obviously, they were grieving for their friend. We engaged in conversation with them and we will continue to engage with conversation with them. It ended up that we were able to resolve what we needed to last night.
So
How
were there
is
any
the
kids at risk?
ethnicity of the man involved?
Again, I won't be giving any details of the man involved at this early stage. We still have to make sure that we have contacted all of his
Can we
family.
just please
Please
unpack
unpack
some
some
of
of the facts that you've shared. Who called police to the scene? And if you could also please answer how that younger child
escaped the house?
Yeah, again, I don't want to go into any of those details at this early stage. What I can say is that once we get more information, the investigation is still very new, and we can follow up with
Is this
further
incident thought to
information.
be linked to a body found in Kandala earlier that day?
There is nothing to suggest that these two incidents are linked at all.
Are you able to share any more info about what happened in Kandala?
What happened in Kandala?
Yeah, is there any update to that?
That's currently an investigation in progress now. We've got staff working on that now, and we can update that outside of this press
Is that
conference.
just being treated as
See, there are a
suspicious?
number of investigations happening now as a result. What are those investigations? Can you be specific?
A number of well, we've got as you've mentioned, there was the unexplained death in Kandala. There's this incident in Newlands.
But are there multiple investigations regarding the incident in Newlands?
No.
This incident in Newlands is on a busy school path. A lot of kids walk down that street to get from school to get home. Was there any risk to children? You know, it was that time of day when school was coming out. What did police do?
Again, the priority for us is the safety, not only of our people, the people that were involved in the incident, but the community. So our staff take that into account for every incident that they go to.
So
And
had you shut down the street, or
no.
so those shots were fired? There were still pedestrians on the street.
I can't answer that for you. I don't know about pedestrians, but as I say, the priority for us is the safety of everyone in the vicinity.
On the gang question earlier, did you say it was the victim that had gang links, or the perpetrator, accused perpetrator, or both?
It was the person that died.
And so did the person that was accused of that, sorry, they had the gang links?
The person that was accused, sorry?
The person that died had the gang links?
They had, yes, we can confirm that there were gang associations with that person, but I can't go into, or I won't go into that any further.
Oh, was
at
there
this
concern
stage.
about retaliation
Between
from
him
gangs?
and the woman? What was the relationship between him and the woman and the child?
Yeah, so that's information that we need to firm up with the investigation that's progressing. But I can just reconfirm we attended a family harm
And
incident.
what was the situation how the cops came to be armed? Did they go into that job already knowing that with being armed? Or?
Some information we received as to why we needed to respond suggested that for precautionary measure, they were going to ensure that they were armed.
Is this a typical response to a family harm incident?
Every family harm incident is different. Information we receive is different. We have to reassess and risk assess all the time.
And do police shoot to kill, or do police shoot to injure?
That's something that probably I'm not in a position to talk about now. I'm here just to talk about and give you the information in relation to this
You
incident.
don't want to say how many
From the
shots
man?
were fired, but can you at least confirm that there were multiple shots fired?
We have reported multiple shots, yes.
And in terms of the person inside the house, the woman, did she also have gang links?
I can't confirm that for you. I'm sorry, I haven't got that
Is
information.
that person in hospital now?
Uh,
Or just treated at the same?
Again, that's something that I'm not prepared to talk about at the moment in this early stage of our investigation.
What was the man threatening to do?
Again, I think that information is probably something that we can provide later when we have got more detail.
Was there other weapons at the scene or just the knife to the throat?
So we attended the scene and we observed a knife, yes, and we recovered the knife.
What's happening at the scene today?
So we're still doing our scene examination, and that will take some time. Yeah, we'll have staff there most of the day.
Yeah, is it typical for the cordon to remain in place like this, or is it in place because those gang members are still outside it?
No, this is a serious crime scene, and we have to ensure for the integrity of the investigation that everything is done thoroughly, and that's what our people are doing.
You
What is
talked
the
about this
standard
earlier, so
practice?
you talked about this earlier, so I feel that you would be able to answer it, but did you say that when police arrived, they straight away saw the knife to the throat of the woman?
I can't say that straight away that's happened. They voice appealed, they spoke, and I have mentioned that in my statement. But again, I won't go too much into the detail until we've got,
Regarding the
What
death in
is standard
Kandala,
procedure for a hostage type situation?
Sorry?
What is standard procedure for a hostage type situation?
Oh, it's all about safety, cordoning and containing, voice appealing, everything that we saw our people do initially is what occurred.
One more question.
regarding the death in
police shootings
Kandala and
have
the death
taken
at West Street, are either of those being treated as suspicious?
Unexplained.
How
Sorry,
many
just lastly.
shootings have taken place this year?
Oh, that's information I haven't got for you, sorry.
I just have one more question, sorry, if that's possible. Can you just confirm again, sorry, the time between when police arrived on the scene, when they started appealing to this man and saw that he was threatening the woman, and then when he was shot?
No, sorry, I can't. I haven't got that information on me to be accurate enough to answer that question.
Just one
Yeah.
more. How
Thank
old
you.
is the child?
Thank you.
Primary school age, high school, intermediate?